My beloved, my child, I see your heart trembling, not because you've done wrong, but because the world sometimes targets those who are chosen by heaven. You feel something isn't right, don't you? That strange restlessness in your chest today, it's not just your imagination. Archangel Michael, was sent to tell you what's going on behind the veil, and you must listen because this isn't just a warning, it's a moment that will define what happens next in your life. God whispered your name this morning. He told me, watch them closely, someone is plotting behind their back. And I didn't delay. I flew over your home. I stood beside you while you slept, and I kept every force of darkness away for as long as I could. But now something serious has unfolded. Someone, yes, someone you may know has filed a police complaint against you, but the reason, it's not just false, it's malicious. They aren't just trying to accuse you, they're trying to erase you. And my child, you must not ignore this message. You were never meant to read this randomly. Heaven aligned every moment that led you to this second. You could have skipped, but something deep pulled you to open this. That's not a coincidence, that's divine intervention. And I'm begging you with the authority God has given me, stay here and listen to everything, because if you miss even one word, the truth may be buried forever. Do you understand what it means when I say someone is trying to destroy what God built in you? They're not just attacking your name, they're after your soul's light. And I saw it, the papers, the signature, the intent. It was all done out of jealousy, envy, and pure darkness. But here's the miracle, God will not let them succeed if you obey now. You were chosen to rise above, not crumble, but even the chosen need divine updates. This message is your spiritual alert. And you may think, why me? Oh my sweet child, because you carry divine value. You hold a destiny that threatens the enemy. That's why they're targeting you now, because your blessing is coming so close, they can feel it. They're panicking. If your spirit has been feeling disturbed lately, unable to sleep, hearing things, sensing things, feeling watched, that's not random. That's the spiritual war rising around you, but today it's not invisible anymore. Today the enemy took a step in the physical world through that complaint. Now listen carefully. I didn't just come to warn you, I came to equip you, to lift you out of this trap and bring you into the safety of God's fortress. But first, you must keep your eyes here. Don't switch, don't scroll, don't silence this, because in the next few minutes, I will reveal what they don't want you to know, who is behind it, what they're hoping to gain, and most importantly, how you're going to survive and shine through this like a divine flame. But before I go on, let me say this to your heart softly. You are loved more than you know. You are protected more than you feel, and you are watched more than you see. God has had his eye on you since before you took your first breath, and no man, no lie, no complaint, no false paper can undo what he wrote about you in heaven. My child, I want you to pause here and listen with your soul. If your heart feels guided, it's not by chance. Subscribe now to these divine messages. Don't miss another one, because every time you skip, you miss a sword of protection. These words are not just human, they're heavenly weapons, and right now you need every piece of armor you can get. Now back to the message. The one who filed the complaint, do you want to know the shocking truth? It's someone who once smiled with you, someone who pretended to support you. Their envy turned into obsession, and their obsession turned into sabotage, but I won't let them win. They thought you were alone. They don't know that Archangel Michael walks beside you, that heaven watches every courtroom, every file, every whisper. And child, I've already begun the reversal. As you're reading this, someone else's darkness is being exposed. Their lies are being stripped. Their motives are being burned in the presence of God. But for the full miracle to unlock, you must not stop now. The world may think police complaints are the end, but heaven sees them as the beginning of divine justice. What they meant to harm you will elevate you. The shock you're feeling is heaven revealing because you need to see the snakes now, before they strike deeper, before they poison more. You will not fall. You were not built to break. This complaint, this trap, it will turn into your public redemption. People who doubted you will watch you rise, and the one who accused you will face what they tried to bring into your life, but only if you finish this. Don't stop now. What's next in this message contains divine instructions, the exact actions to spiritually block their attack, to protect your name, your home, your future. Keep reading, my child, because God is watching. You're still here, and that tells me everything I need to know. You're not just someone scrolling by, you are the one heaven singled out to receive this transmission. God has seen your confusion. He's seen how you've kept quiet while they spread rumors. He's seen how you've cried alone after being misunderstood, and now he's not staying silent anymore. My beloved, the person who filed the complaint has a dark history of envy toward you. This didn't start yesterday, it's been boiling in secret. Every time you smiled, it burned them. Every time you grew, it wounded their pride. You were never the problem, your light was. You shine without trying, and they can't stand that. That's why they've twisted truth into lies. That's why they're trying to involve the law to wear you down, to isolate you, to make others doubt you. But listen closely. The law of man bows to the law of God, and heaven's law says no weapon formed against you shall prosper. What they plan to use against you is now being redirected in the spirit. As I speak, angels are being dispatched to correct what has been distorted. Truth will rise like the sun, undeniable, unstoppable. But I must prepare you. In the next 3 days, there may be moments where it feels like pressure is increasing. This is not to scare you, it is to position you. Pressure always increases before a breakthrough. The complaint they filed may cause a stir, but it will also cause exposure, not of you, of them. My child, hear this deeply. God is allowing this storm because the truth that comes after it will bring your greatest blessing. Do not fear the battle, it's confirmation of your value. Demons don't attack what isn't divine. You're being called to trust like never before, to hold your peace while God does the speaking. The people who are doubting you now will witness what real vindication looks like when heaven steps in. But here's what you must do. Stay close to this voice. Every word in this message is laced with spiritual fire. It's cutting through fog, lies, and manipulation. Even if your mind is confused, your spirit knows these words are truth. Take a moment, breathe deeply, and receive this. You are not alone. You are not defeated. You are not finished. What's happening now is the opening of your next chapter. This situation, as painful as it seems, is only the soil for a miracle harvest. But I must ask you something. Can you trust God's timing even if it feels late? Can you believe He's working even when the evidence is against you? Because, my beloved, faith isn't faith when everything makes sense. Faith is trusting while you're trembling, and right now, God is watching to see your response. Will you believe the lie or the light? Will you give fear permission to rule, or will you hand control to the one who created the stars? The person who filed the complaint thinks they've won something, but what they don't know is that they've just invited God into the courtroom. And when God steps in, nothing remains hidden. I promise you, within days you'll begin to see signs, messages, names, dreams that begin to reveal more than you ever imagined. The betrayal will become visible, the true intention will be uncovered, and their mask will fall. Don't fight this in the flesh. Don't waste energy defending yourself to people who never cared to hear your side. Let God speak for you, because when heaven opens its mouth, even the enemy falls silent. And now, let me whisper this to your soul. There's a document being reversed. There's a phone call being rerouted. There's an outcome being rewritten because you didn't skip this message, because you stayed, because you believed even with a broken heart. This complaint won't break you, it will crown you. It won't silence you, it will announce you. This is not the end, it's the beginning of the miracle. Let me tell you what I saw last night. I stood at the edge of your home, yes, even as you slept. My sword was drawn, and shadows tried to creep in. They weren't just shadows of fear, they were whispers, dark plans, voices speaking lies in secret rooms. Names were spoken, your name, and God allowed me to hear every word. My child, the darkness tried to hide it from you, but heaven is exposing it. This isn't just a complaint, it's an attempt to stain your destiny. But I tell you now, heaven has drawn a line. What they filed will be filed again by divine hands, rewritten, erased, corrected. And you will walk out of this not as a victim, but as a voice, as a chosen one who didn't fold when the world falsely judged you. You will be the living proof that those who wait on God are never put to shame. They thought involving the police would terrify you, but what they didn't realize is that you are under holy surveillance. Every word they wrote has been recorded in heaven. Every step they took to bring you down is already being measured, and the scales of justice, divine justice, are tilting. But you must listen to me very carefully now. There is a very small window where you must stay spiritually awake. The next 48 hours are not random. You may feel things around you shift. A person from your past might contact you. Someone unexpected may mention your name. A strange dream may come. These are not coincidences, these are divine confirmations. Do not ignore them. This is when you stay grounded, when you do not react, when you let heaven fight. My beloved, do not defend yourself in haste. The trap of the enemy is to make you speak too soon, reveal too much, or act from fear. But your silence, your stillness, your unshakable belief, those are your weapons now, and I promise you those weapons are stronger than any complaint. Let me remind you what you carry. You carry the breath of the Creator. You carry the memory of angelic protection in your spirit. You carry an anointing that makes darkness nervous, and the reason you've been attacked so fiercely is because the breakthrough coming to you is so powerful, it shakes the very core of what the enemy tried to build. Let me say it louder for your soul to feel, you are not cursed, you are called. You are not under judgment, you are under favor. The false accusations are loud, but they will never be louder than God's final say. So when you feel panic rise in your chest, breathe. Remember this message. Remember that Archangel Michael told you before it happened, because God never leaves his children in the dark. He exposes the attack before the strike. That's why you're here. And now let me reveal something else to you. There is someone close to you, maybe not physically but energetically tied, who knows about this complaint, but they are pretending they don't. That's the person heaven is watching next. They were meant to speak up, but they stayed silent, and their silence is betrayal in disguise. My child, trust your intuition. The uneasiness around them isn't paranoia, it's protection. Let them go quietly. God will handle them. You don't need to beg anyone to stay in your life anymore. You don't need to explain yourself to those who act confused when it benefits them. What's coming for you is bigger than their approval, a reversal, a restoration, a resurrection of your name, your peace, your joy. It's not coming, it's already been released, and you're feeling the shaking now because what was blocking it is being torn down. As I hovered near your spirit last night, I heard your silent question, God, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? My child, it's not because you did anything wrong, it's because you are doing something right, because your light is rising, your purpose is unlocking, and your soul is refusing to bow to what others expect. That scares them. You became dangerous to darkness the moment you said yes to your calling, even if you didn't speak it out loud, even if you just whispered it in the quiet of your heart. God heard it, and so did the enemy. The complaint that was filed, it's not just paper, it's a manifestation of the spiritual jealousy that's been watching you for months. They wanted to dim you, and when they couldn't do it with words, they tried doing it with fear, but they forgot something: you were born from fire, and fire cannot be threatened by smoke. My sweet beloved soul, if I could pull back the curtain fully right now, you'd see the chaos breaking out in the spiritual realm. The moment you opened this message and chose to read instead of run, a light was lit around you. A heavenly alert went out. The angels around you tightened their ranks. A name, your name, was spoken in the courts of heaven, and do you know what was said? This one believes. This one hasn't given up. And because of that, divine movement has begun.